Hello, this video is a comparison of the original Renwal, the visible V8 engine, and the Revell visible V8 engine. Now obviously the original Renwal kit was motorized and had a motor installed inside the starter motor, an electric motor, and took two C batteries inside this little battery box here, and would turn the engine and would turn all the parts inside, and also had wiring coming from the distributor going to bulbs instead of spark plugs, and you could see the spark plugs firing. Whereas on the newer Revell kits, which are the same molds as the Renwal kits except for instead of an electric starter motor, it just has a hand crank instead of the transmission housing. So most of the other parts are the same, and of course the distributor has just vinyl hoses to fake plastic spark plugs, and some of the colors are different, black and red, or sometimes more black in the Revell kits. And also the Revell kits, at least the earlier ones I believe, came with a instead of clear, they were kind of a smoky colored clear parts. They weren't actually clear transparent, but this one is. So I'm going to go over some differences, and even if you do have a Revell kit, you could motorize it if you get a Renwal kit that isn't complete. So in this case I bought a Renwal kit, and it had the pistons and crankshaft and cylinder missing. All Renwal kits had these boxes, and it had the instructions and came with a guarantee with a parts list and a description of how the engine works, the powertrain. Now the Revell kit also comes with this, but here's how an original Renwal kit comes with an electric motor. And like I said, this particular one is missing the pistons, the cylinders, the crankshaft, and those pieces. Now here's the introduction to the Renwal kit, and notice it has these clear plastic parts. All of these are actually missing in this kit that I bought, but I can also use the pieces from the Revell kit, which, believe it or not, are the exact same part numbers as on the Revell, except for pieces 150 and 151, which have been added, and I think they're for maybe strengthening or what have you. So that's a more recent development as far as I know. Originally they didn't come with pieces 150 and 151. Then here's the crankshaft, which I said is missing in this Renwal kit. But notice I can take and use all the pieces from the Revell kit. I can make a complete engine out of this, so there's no problem with that. But let me show you some other differences. Obviously in the Renwal kit, they're showing you how to build the battery box and then the electric starter motor. These parts obviously are not in the Revell kit. Instead, they've remanufactured and taken the transmission housing off and provided a hand crank assembly. Here's where the hand crank goes into the back of the Revell engine the way it comes in the kit. Now here's some other important differences. Notice the camshaft has a different gear called part 41 at the very back of the camshaft. Same part numbers, 43 and 40, for the gear and the camshaft. But notice that rear gear, number 41, is missing from the Revell kit because it has no distributor. Well, it's a fake distributor. But notice that the back plastic parts are all the same. So I can still use the parts from this one, even though they're missing from my Renwal kit, and I can build a complete engine and then use the electric parts from the distributor and stuff from this kit, because I still have the camshaft and the gear. And I believe the molds are still the same, so even if I had the gear and some other stuff was missing, I could use it with this camshaft. Here's where the spark plugs have, you use the red bulbs that come with the Renwal kit and wire them to the distributor. But as you can see on the Renwal kit, or the Revell kit, is just vinyl tubing. I show you how to cut it to length and how the cylinders are actually lined up and so on. Correct firing order. On the Revell kit, like I said, they've got a crank which shows you the rotation of the engine, how to turn it, and how to make it look like it runs, which is different from the transmission housing and of course the electric parts of the Renwal kit. So all in all, I hope I've showed you some of the differences between the Revell and the Renwal kits. And even if you do have some pieces missing from the Renwal kits, because sometimes they're getting harder and harder to find that when they're complete, or if they are complete, they're very, very expensive. So if you do have partial parts from a Renwal kit, or buy one that's not complete, it may be possible to get a Revell kit cheaper and be able to build one completely from it. Just some thoughts and ideas, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.